So today's officially day 3 of my video diary for you. I'm gonna be honest, today I kind of fucked up. I accused you of some shit I shouldn't have even bothered to, and I kind of felt real bad about it afterwards. I'm sorry, babe. I fucked up. But overall, today was an alright day. Took care of my grandparents. They've always taken care of me, so it's only right to return the favor. But I don't want these videos to just be about me telling you about my day. I actually want you to get to know me a little better through these videos. Even though you have no idea I'm making them, but that's the point. So you can see them and see that I care and all that stuff. So, I'm gonna start this video of telling you a story when I was a kid. Now, they may not all be the happiest stories, but they're stories of me, of how I am the way I am. So let's start back, way back, when I was about 9 years old. I can start there. My parents had just divorced, and it was kind of hard because I was a 9-year-old kid whose parents had just gotten divorced. And my mom, a couple months after they divorced, had started seeing this other guy. And, his name was Fernando. And I took a liking to him. And, we grew really close over 4 years that my mom and him were together. So I was 9, 10, 11, 12, turning 13. He was a part of my life. No, a big part of my life. Because those are the years that you look for a role model, right? He was like a dad to me. He would tuck me in every night. We would watch American Ninja Warrior. We would play Xbox and have our own video games that we would play, all the time. Before I went to bed, before he did all this stuff, it was like rituals, We played basketball. He was the first person to ever take me paintballing because my dad, was full of empty promises. And I grew really close to him, My dad used to get jealous and say, why don't you change your last name to his name since you love him so much? And it caused a lot of issues with my mom and my dad and me. But, he was the closest thing to a father I ever had, and I really loved it. When him and my mom would get in a fight, my mom would say, get the fuck out. And it was because of me he never left, because I loved him so much, that I would never let him leave. And I really did love him, not like my stepfather now. We just coexist. There's a difference. I loved him like a dad. So, fast forward to when I'm 12. Him and my mom were engaged now. Things are different. I'm older. Things are looking brighter. And one day, for no reason, I don't know, still to this day, my mom and her boyfriend, fiance, separated. And I took it pretty hard. And, it's like starting all over again. And I think I probably took it harder than my mom. But who can blame a 12-year-old? You know, and it was hard for me. It wasn't easy to let go of the only thing I had to a dad for a long time, if you know what I mean. You know, I felt more like his kid than my own dad's kid, if you know what I mean. And, you know, as the years went on, it got a little easier. But a couple months to like a year or two later, my mom met my stepdad, currently right now. The only thing about him I don't regret is if it wasn't for him, probably never would have met you. So, I'll save the story of my stepdad for another day. But that's a piece of my childhood, you know? And that's one of the reasons I feel abandonment issues. And the reason, you know, a piece of me left that day that I'm never gonna get back. There's a piece of me that is missing when he walked out because of whatever happened with them. And that's a piece I'll never get back because I still think about it to this day, and I'm 21 years old. And that happened when I was 12. And that's the reason I have trust issues, you know, when it comes to people, and abandonment issues, because I feel like someone will just up and abandon me again, and those are the worst feelings I've ever had in my life. You know, I loved them like a dad. I really did. You know, and it was hard dealing with my dad. He wasn't ever the easiest. You know, we look all happy now, but that's because it took a long time to get to where we are. And a lot of therapy and a lot of fucked up shit, which is another story for another time. So, I just wanted you to get to know a side of me that not a lot of people know, because I don't really tell that to many people. I never have. I've always kept that to myself. But I thought you should at least know, if you're gonna be with me when you watch this video. As you start watching them, you'll get to know me so much more than you thought you ever would. So, on that note, I just wanted to say, I also sent you a surprise through Snapchat. I never sent anybody anything like that before. Ever. No matter what they've ever sent me, just so you know. No matter what I've ever received from anyone before, any woman, I've never sent them this in return. Ever. So, I must really care about you and really like you. And, I'm sorry. But, I just want to say goodnight. And, good night, that's it, really. And I hope you have a great night. Even though I'm not with you or talking to you, but you'll see it eventually. So, on that note, baby, signing out.